guys, just wanted to make a video for you guys today since I am having a good voice day. I might not be looking great today, but I'm having a good voice day, so that's a plus. Wanted to discuss something today that affects all of us with autoimmune disease, all of us in general in life, but can be particularly damaging to those of us with an autoimmune disease, and that is stress. Whether the stress is emotional stress, physical stress, or environmental stress, in all cases, it can affect our disease course. For autoimmune diseases such as lupus, MS, Sjogren's, fibro, all autoimmune diseases, we can have flares, what's called relapses, exacerbations, all with stress. And for people like me who have primary progressive active, which is an even rarer form of MS, when we get under an extremely stressful situation, it progresses our disease very fast. So we don't want that because we know what comes at the end. So we want to keep our disability levels as low as possible and more functional. So we want to reduce the speed of our progression of our disease. Our disease, like I said, it can be affected by emotional stress. I've had an extremely stressful week, which caused all of my symptoms to be more exaggerated. That is not uncommon with most autoimmune diseases, whether it increases your inflammation, tremors, mobility weakness, spasms, dystonia, for lupus, your rashes. Any stress is a bad thing. It will increase our disability level and lower our function. So physical stress on our body, accident, having an illness of some type, a secondary illness such as a cold infection, whatever virus, can do the same thing. It can actually cause an actual increase in our symptoms and our progression, trigger a flare or relapse. Environmental stress, such as extremes in weather, temperature. Whether we're going from extreme hot to cold or vice versa, we walk from in the air conditioning out to extremely hot weather like we've been having here. It can actually cause an extreme increase in our symptoms. That happened to an MSer not long ago, and it was fatal in her case. Which is rare, but it was fatal in her case because she went out alone, and the heat increased her symptoms to the point that she could not get help and could not get it back inside. So if you're going into an extreme temperature change, that will affect you. Some people are heat intolerant, some are cold intolerant, and some are both. So you need to make sure you're not alone. Where you can't get help if needed. That applies for physical and emotional stressors as well. So what can we do to help with the stresses in our life, be they environmental, physical, emotional? Avoid toxic people if at all possible. You know who they are in your particular life. I know that's not always avoidable, but we need to limit our exposure to toxic people and situations if possible. Physical, we can't always avoid injury, and we can't always avoid the physical stressors to our body, but if possible, please reduce those. Environmental. like I said, we can't always avoid going out in the heat or going into a cold situation. However, we can protect ourselves with cooling products, with proper clothing, with not going alone. Make slower transitions to temperature if possible. But in general, we need to find ways to reduce the overall stress in our life as well. I know with chronic illness, the financial stress is one of our biggest ones. Losing relationships is so common with our brain injuries, in particular affecting cognitive and emotional. So that has an effect on relationships people don't understand. So we need to find those positive relationships in our lives. Support networks are very important. They can really help with stress. I have wonderful support networks in my life. Then also activities that help reduce your stress, whatever that may be, involve more in your faith. I do yoga, chair yoga. I do chair cardio and circuit training. People do art, music, blogging to get out your thoughts and feelings, and actually getting involved socially where you're helping fellow MSers or lupus brothers and sisters. So that can really help with your stress levels and give you more purpose and activity. Just wanted to put that out there in a video because stress is such an enemy for us. It increases tremors, and all of our systems are stressed, including organs, endocrine system, when we undergo these stresses. So wanted to put that out there, keep you guys active and de-stressed, however you do that. Love you all, and keep fighting, warriors.